social websites have become part of the day's entertainment for lots of us, but who really gives a lot of thought to the information we enter? We just want to share our thoughts, photos, and videos with family and friends, right? Well, you may not realize this, but those websites are selling and profiting from your personal profiles and posts. In some cases, that information can damage your reputation and your good name before you even realize it. This is really scary. And even worse than that, some of these sites can compromise personal safety by pinpointing exactly where we are. Exactly where you are. As part of our ongoing series, Virtual Violations, we're going to tell you how to protect yourself and your family online. Our guest today is Wyer, Managing Director of Reputation Advocate Incorporated and author of the book Violated Online. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You know, every time we talk about these things, I'm marveled at what can happen. But you know what? It is a reality, right, Stephen? This is happening today.
It's a definite reality, yes.
It's just amazing to me. Now, here I want to focus today on the popular social networking sites and search engines, okay? First of all, give us an idea of how many people use these types of websites.
It's a big, big market.
How big?
Well, Facebook says they've got over 900 million users.
900 million?
What do we have? 350 million people in the United States.
Correct.
So it's a big market.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. LinkedIn is a very popular business
That's
site
a big one.
for small business. They've got 150 million users. They're in 200 countries. Twitter is doing 340 million tweets a day. That's a lot of tweets.
Is anybody working anymore?
That's a lot of tweeting.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Now, here's a question. What kind of information should we be careful about in entering our profiles in terms of, you know, what should we put in, what should we not put in, and how can we make sure it's not misused?
Be careful about everything. I think one of the challenges we have is it's so easy, we become so accustomed to offering our information when it's asked for, that there's no filter.
Right.
So I always suggest to people, as an example, have more than one email account. Oh. Have one email account for your friends and your family and the people that matter, and on forms that you're filling out and websites you're subscribing to, use a different email account. That's very simple to do. Mm-hmm. Be very cautious about putting your phone number out there. It's the easiest thing in the world to do. Yeah. But a lot of people will put birth dates and phone numbers oh, it's wonderful, and then I can get my birthday announcement. Well, the information's being kept. So, and there are lots of sites out there like Foursquare that people have a lot of fun with that are geographical tagging, and I am very hesitant to do those. I don't feel like anybody needs to know that I'm at Starbucks having coffee. Or you hear these stories all the time about somebody saying having a great time at the beach, and their home is broken into. Exactly. So, touche.
Let me ask you about your book, Violated Online. Your book talks about how a reputation can be damaged online. It's happened to many people. I think it happened to you, as we talked about last time in our first segment, by posts and blogs, you know, innocent stuff.
Yep.
Give us some examples of how that happens.
Well, there are lots of different ways. We'll jump back to Twitter real quick.
Okay.
Twitter has no filters. So if you curse on Twitter, it's there. So you have to be very cautious. Kids get caught up in Twitter all the time in terms of what they're disclosing about a Friday night or a Saturday night activity, and the parents are monitoring the tweets. There's no filter there, so be cautious of that. Blogs are very interesting because people now, you know, you used to keep diaries. Now people blog.
Oh gosh.
And they provide their blog links. So I'll give you a real quick story. We had a lady apply for a job with us. She's 28 years old, professional woman, wonderful credentials, and it looked like we would offer her a position. But because we do what we do, we thought, well, we ought to look around just a little bit and see who she is, and there was an obvious link to her blog, and we began to read her blog. And the end of that story was we came back to her and said, we don't think you represent who we are as a company. Well, it wasn't on her application, it was on her blog.
Now, what can somebody do to repair a broken online reputation? Is there a way of doing that? Should one just ignore it? What do we do?
Well, I don't think anybody can afford to ignore it personally. Either it's social, professional, you know, business relationships. Nobody can really afford to ignore what's there. There are things you can do to control it. Let's jump back to Facebook real quickly. I have one word of recommendation: purge. Purge your friends list. I go through every quarter and I kind of have a number that I'm trying to manage to, because I don't think I have that many friends in the world. But you accept.
And now you have?
You've got 10,000 people on your friends list. Actually, it peaks out at 5,000, but who really has 5,000 friends?
No.
So if you're using Facebook, always be aware of what's there. There are basic things. Own your real estate. Buy your name as a website URL. I was sharing not long ago that a really neat thing you can do next time you have a baby gift to buy the baby's name as a URL and give it as a baby gift.
What a great idea.
Yeah, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
And it will go on?
Forever and ever.
I love
and
that.
if you don't own your name, someone else can own your name.
Exactly.
And then you can't take control of your identity. Go out and claim your sites on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter and Plaxo and the basic social sites that you're aware of. It costs you nothing. You don't even have to populate the information in order to claim your identity. So it costs you nothing, it takes a few minutes, and yet you can begin to control. The final thing is participate. You've got to be involved in the dialogue about who you are, because absent your input, people will draw their own conclusions. And so don't ignore it. Be brave, jump out there, give it a try.
Thank you so much, as always.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot, and it's frightening, but it's a reality. Thank you so much, Stephen. If you'd like more information, visit ReputationAdvocate.com, where you can also order Stephen's book. It's called Violated online. It's a must-read. And coming up in our next series, we're going to talk about how businesses can be severely damaged financially by online attacks. Wow. And how they can defend against those virtual villains. Unbelievable.